Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk. I feel like I have to address something that's on my mind this week, and that's, of course, by now you guys have heard about Wander Franco. As of the time when I'm shooting this video, it's been alleged that he's been involved with several underage girls. So that got me thinking, is it wise to invest in sports cards, like individual sports cards? I'm going to go ahead and put that one down. Like, very disappointing. I've invested in what I would call invested in a few sports cards over, not that many, but most of the ones I've just gotten pulls out of packs. But I have bought even a couple of Wander Francos. And, obviously, no matter if Wander is guilty or innocent, his cards are never going to be priced the same. Now, that's just the way, that's just how things go. That's life. And, man, I hope that it's not as bad as it looks for that guy, because I think he's a very talented player, but there's no recovering that like in the hobby. So that has always gotten me wondering, when things like this happen, like last year, it wasn't the same type of thing, but Tatis, got suspended for 80 games. It just destroyed his card prices. And I think again at this time, is it even a very smart move to invest in sports players, sports cards, because they're human beings and they get themselves in a mess, they make mistakes, and obviously a lot of people are no longer going to be interested in collecting their cards after they've made those types of mistakes. So that has always pushed me, when things like this happen, has pushed me further into away from individual sports cards and more into other types of things that I enjoy. Like, for instance, I will say, they always say anytime something like this happens, Charizard, he doesn't pull his ACL, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's another thing. Players can even just get injured and their card prices really suffer. Or if they get in a cold streak. There's other reasons why individual sports cards are very volatile. So, yes, I agree. I love Pokemon cards. I know a lot of people don't love them, but I enjoy collecting them. And guess what? Nothing's going to happen with Charizard. I mean, I guess you never know, I guess, right? Maybe there could be some big, crazy, what if Pokemon completely goes out of favor? That could happen, of course. Less likely. I have also been enjoying buying into Marvel stuff. I've been grading my own stuff. Like this one, this is the type of thing that I did invest in this card because I paid like $1 for the card raw, and I sent it in to get graded, and I got a 10. So yeah, I guess I kind of invested in this card, but I just like the card. And it's Iron Man. And we got Spider-Man here from, this is one of the Weiss Schwartz TCG cards. So, yes, in a way, I guess I have invested some of my collecting into non-sports and, like, TCG stuff. Also, I will say, guys, this is not investment advice, blah, blah, blah. Don't take what I say and put money into it. I'm just giving you my thoughts on these happenings this week, and kind of where I'm going to be focusing. Every little thing that happens affects us a little bit, and it has affected me where I'm, future purchases of mine are probably going to lean more towards different areas than they were before. That's just how it is. There's another thing I love: Star Wars cards. And these are really cool artistic cards. They're numbered, very safe. I got PSA 10s on them. This one's numbered out 50. This one's numbered out 75. I don't think people are all of a sudden going to hate Star Wars and hate Darth Vader. He's kind of iconic. And, you know, he's been played by different people. People love the character of Darth Vader. People are always going to love the character of Darth Vader. So stuff like that, I think, are a lot more stable than sports cards because we just don't know what's going to happen with people. Now, does that mean you have to just totally avoid sports cards altogether? Oh, here's another thing. Magic stuff. We got the One Ring here. The one of one ring. No, it's not really. These are just proxy cards, but hey, Magic the Gathering stuff, TCG stuff, very safe, I think. Especially established games. I was getting sidetracked there. Okay, so what if you don't like TCG games, you don't like non-sports stuff, you don't like anything but sports cards? Does this mean that when a player does something bad, makes a bad decision, gets injured, you know, has a long slump, you know, the player doesn't pan out, does that mean that there's just nothing safe in sports cards? I will tell you, there are things that are safe in sports cards. Again, not giving advice, just giving my opinion. And that is sealed sports cards boxes. If you look at history, and right there, he's on the cover of that. I didn't even notice that. Wander Franco on the cover of 2022 Bowman. These are both 2022 sets. They could possibly contain Wander Franco rookie cards, but guess what? It doesn't matter. The boxes of the prices of these boxes of cards are not going to tank like Wander Franco cards will, because you got guys like Bobby Witt, you got Julio Rodriguez, you got all these rookies from 2022 that you could possibly pull in these boxes. So even if these guys end up being nothing, there's sealed boxes always. I'm not going to say always. Sealed boxes are always more stable, I will say, than individual players' cards. Just because, you know, the supply of the stuff eventually starts getting lower and lower as people open it, especially in the YouTube age. You got all of these breakers, all these people on YouTube opening boxes. You know, eventually the stuff's going to start getting more scarce. 2022 Bowman. Yeah, it does have possible Wander Franco cards in it, but it also has Ellie De La Cruz. It has all these prospects that could be in this stuff. So my thought is, if you're frustrated with sports cards when you have situations like Wander Franco coming up, look at maybe pulling some money out of individual sports cards and putting it into sealed stuff. Sealed stuff is just as fun to collect, I think. It's very tempting to open it, but once you get past, you know, that temptation of opening something, you know, one thing that'll help you get past it is just watch the box prices go up, especially of hotter products like Bowman, Sapphire, stuff like that. The price generally goes up. It can go down, but it generally goes up, especially once it sells out, you know, where the general public can't find it anywhere. And plus, you're kind of investing in that entire set. I mean, and as long as it stayed sealed, guess what? You could have a Bobby Witt Sapphire one of one, whatever the pink Sapphire cards are. They're not really pink, whatever that color is. Or you could have a Superfractor Bobby Witt card in here. You know, you never know. That's the beauty of sealed products. So, to me, with things happening the last few years of, hey, I've been collecting this certain player, and now that player has done and made bad decisions or didn't pan out, it's made me think, maybe I should try to keep more stuff sealed. It's like a hedge, you know what I mean, against players like this, just, like completely tanking because of, for whatever reason. So that's what I've been thinking about this week. I didn't think my channel would be very sincere if I didn't do a hobby talk about what I'm thinking about in the hobby. So even though it's a crappy subject, in sports card collecting is probably not in as good of a mood this week as they were a week ago. It's been on my mind, and when things are on my mind, that's what hobby talk is all about. And plus, it gives you guys a chance to put down in the comments, what do you guys think about all this? You can even put down, what do you guys think? Are Wander Franco cards, if he is found innocent, are his cards ever going to be worth what they once were? Man, my opinion is I don't think they are. I think once your name gets muddied, it's muddied. And that sucks. And it really sucks for people that are wrongfully accused. Now, if he is truly guilty of what he's done, his card prices are going to really crash. I mean, they're already crashing, of course, and he probably won't ever be able to play again if some of the things I've heard are true. And, I'm not going to, even though I have Wander Franco cards, I'm not going to be saying that's not fair, because guess what? It's a risk. And I took the risk of grading a lot of his cards. I took the risk of saying, man, I think this guy's a good player. I didn't take into consideration, what things I don't know about the guy, So guys, put down your comments. Vent. What do you guys think about? Do you think it's smart to invest in sealed stuff? Even if, like, 2022 stuff does have Wander Franco stuff in it, does that make that stuff, unstable? I think it doesn't, because I think the strength of the other players that you can pull, I bet you the prices for these two boxes probably didn't change at all with this Wander Franco stuff. So sealed stuff, I think, is only going to get stronger and stronger. I think more and more people are going to turn towards collecting sealed stuff. When I'm trying to look at these and think, what are they going to be? Don't just look at them for what they are right now. What are they going to be? When you look at something like this, and where is it going to be? It's going to be going nothing but down. When you look at this, I see this as going up in the future. So, not investment advice, just my thoughts on, and plus, non-sports, TCGs, what you guys think. You guys know what I think about stuff like that. I think it's going up. Even there might be ups and downs, but it's going to trend continually up, just because, as the younger generation gets into collecting cards, they're not buying baseball cards. They're not buying football cards. They are buying TCG stuff. I'm just saying. All right. Thank you for watching. Put down in the comments what you think. I hope you guys appreciate that. No matter what the subject, if I'm thinking about this week, I'm going to put it out on Hobby Talk. All right, later.